I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Ride through Evans to Memar Quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride with Yara, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory, they don't know how I did it. Nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not self. When you dropping that fire, pressure smash, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that eco-line man to a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like ball cutters. You can't
Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Real paper, real paper.
One West, nigga. Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Nigga can't have more than you know them niggas will still hate you. Damn. Those are characteristics in a pussy nigga nature. Talk that shit behind my back, but be on mute when it's a facial. Smiling in my face, but you can't hide all of that hatred. I'm too silent, you a snake. I see that shit a mile away. Man of war, and I'm not sorry, blame that shit on UPK. Pussy ass nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Oh, you confused, you think pussy ass nigga. This ain't drag racing while you got that drag with you. I'm a bad kidder, pull up with you bad bitches. Masculinity be the reason she into me. She say she loving all that big priest energy. Don't remember me when I step in the facility. I'm screaming ISUPK, fuck the enemy. Oh, hey, this that one West world shit right here. Think I ain't got the bitch on me, you tripping, homie, that bitch right here. Brown liquor, don't sip that clip. Cloud of vision, let's get shit clear. I ain't even fucked around, homie, put the crown on me, yeah, this my year. Yeah. And I do this shit for my niggas who solid. I ain't resent for I truly acknowledge you ain't in this truth and you ain't in this body, cause bitch, you want body. We see it coming cause we really prophets. Oh, want you about it, but you didn't stop it. A hard head make a soft fast, I guess that's why you soft with your soft bad. Hood nigga that can outclass, bougie bitches who talking about class. Soon as you cut a motherfucker, they be like, why you talking to me like that? Valuable lesson, before you judge, I will check the reflection. Real love is correct. Real love is perfection. Ain't a flaw in it, this is raw business, brotherhood is a weapon. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. 10 times out of 10 when we get it in, nigga, it's a win. If you ain't in the UPK, then nigga, it's a sin. Cause it's only one body, one truth, nigga, one spirit, yeah, one God. But when the shit hit the fan, pussy nigga ran, they got in the win. When niggas saying he was down, but really the nigga switch. Niggas saying he around for you, but really the nigga snitch. Really the nigga quit. Hey, really the nigga bitch. Yeah, and I'm just telling you the truth about it, this ain't even a diss. Yeah, this how them niggas be acting. Talking that shit like they really be about it, but when it come down to the action, that's when you find out that they lacking. That's when you find out that they acting. And fucking with my niggas, it's a sure way to end up in the casket. Bitches us against the masses. I don't mind getting dirty, but watch how I clean it up when it get nasty. I lift that Nina up and get the flashing, just cause I love my niggas with a passion. Yeah. Oh, just cause I love my niggas with a passion. Borders are blue and friendship for the fashion. Yeah. You understand me? We standing tall on what we believe in. Yeah. Either you stand on something or you fall for anything. Believe that. Look. And if you standing on the wrong thing, you falling anyway. One West. Lost Tribe.
Look at this joint. Look at this joint. Right.
First star, I'm really that nigga. Truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. One West word, that's global business.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now I'm in it. Can't control, just the highest limit. Killing shit, or just an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the scenes. 1-on-1, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Pressing brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time I was taking risks. They don't play with me cause they know I'm going nice. Reform, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word and it's final. Get to moving like Brian. So I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter in that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Bars all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on eights like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I'm stomping, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting. Was really training, sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted, this was in the making. Use what I got, not in the waste. But rapping and singing could never drink it. But I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Trying to stop me, but I kept going. I study plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash if you in your lane. I can take the loss, cause it's all a game.
Yo, what Casamigos mean in English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word and it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word and it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
All right, it's already on. The sound on. All right, man. Let's give a hand clap for class, man. You understand? This is law class. You feel me? We ain't gonna talk about the law today. You understand? We're gonna talk about something heavy. You understand? We're gonna talk about something real, real heavy today. You understand? If you don't know the title, if y'all don't see the title, but the title is surviving. What is it? Surviving something trauma. Oh, it's like surviving trauma in the black household. You understand? We all know how we all know how they go. You understand? In the black community, we all suffer from suffer from some type of trauma, whether it's mental abuse, physical abuse, uh, uh, or verbal abuse. You understand? We all coming from the black community, coming out of the black community. We all suffered from some type of trauma. You understand? Because there's many versions, there's many types. It ain't just physical. It ain't just mental. It ain't just verbal. It's it could be either or all of the above. Or you probably ain't never been through the trauma, but you saw somebody go through that trauma. You understand? In some way, shape, or form, you done watched or seen or went through somebody go through trauma. You understand? And it's somebody's struggle is always worse than yours, or somebody's struggle is always different than yours. Everybody don't go through the same. Oh, so like everybody doesn't go through the same motions through life, but we all can relate to each other because we all grew up in the same neighborhoods, the same projects, the same, the same ghetto. We all go through the same struggles in a way, but it's different. It's kind of different. You understand? And that's what makes blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians so special. And that's what make us so that's what make us how I said it. I think so. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got it. I said it. But that's what make us more, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for. I can't think of the word, but it makes us special in a way because we all can relate to each other. Like no matter what we done been through, we all can come together and hear somebody's story. And be like, damn, I know somebody who done been through that, or I've been through that myself, and I want to know how did you get through that? What did you go through? Like who taught you how to survive that trauma? Like how did you get over that? Like we all done been through it, through some things, and we don't know how to heal from certain things that have happened in our childhood. You understand? Like we all go through life wondering, how can I get this chip off my shoulder? You understand? How can I heal from what my father did to me? How can I heal from what my mother did to me, or my aunt, or my uncle? How did you get through that? Why are you always smiling? Why are you always happy? You understand? So we all can come together and ask them questions. And that's what makes us special, because we can come together and ask each other, or try to figure out, if you've been through that, it doesn't even look like somebody done been through something. But as soon as they tell you, be like, damn, I ain't that. Like it doesn't look like you've been through that, because you always smiling. You are successful in life. You understand? You have an education. You don't live in the projects no more. It don't. So you never know what somebody done been through. That's why they say, never judge a book by never judge a book by its cover. You understand? Because you never know what somebody done been through, or what somebody done seen. So that's why it's important in the Black community for us to try to heal from that trauma, so we can be able to move on and be able to do the daily life things. You understand? Because most of us, we done been through so much trauma and so much torment in our childhoods, we don't know how to live. We think we gotta grow up and have resentment. We think we gotta grow up and have a chip on our shoulder and hold grudges all through life, like somebody owe us something. You understand? But we need to find ways to heal from that pain. You understand? You even hear it in the music today. You understand? Most of the male rappers that come out today, they all making like some type of pain music. You understand? Like, so everybody got, it's this genre of music that they made up called pain music. You understand? It's a lot of brothers that came out. I can't name them all. I know one of them that I listen to now is Young and Ace. You understand? If you know his story, you would know that he come from a bad background. You understand? He done lost three of his brothers. You understand? He done went through his mama house getting shot up multiple times. He done been shot. You understand? He lost his uncle. You understand? He lost a lot of friends. You understand? Then he in and out of jail. You understand? The police even told him that him being famous, he, with him being famous, they told him that he can't have they said he can't be around no firearms. They told him he cannot ride around in a bulletproof truck. The police, Jacksonville police wants their brother to be unalive. They want him. They don't want him to survive. They don't want him to live, because they think that he's gonna, with all that trauma that he went through as a child, they think he's going to be a menace to society. So they think it's doing the community a favor by him being unalive because of that trauma he went through. But really, he just looking for answers. He looking for how can he heal from that childhood trauma. You understand? This man had to watch his brothers get unalived in his face. You understand? He had to watch his little brother Quan. He got shot in his head multiple times. You understand? He had a friend that was calling for him. You understand? Fighting for his life, begging him to help, begging him to help him, because he feel like because I guess he was feeling like he was dying. You understand? How can somebody heal from that? You understand? How can that brother heal from that, knowing that his friend and his brother was depending on him to get them home, and they crying and begging him to save their lives? And you telling me this man can't ride around in bulletproof cars and he can't be around firearms to protect himself, knowing the things that he saw? But that's just an example that I wanted to make, that trauma is real. You understand that? Like we never want to deal with that trauma. We never want to face that problem growing up. Like getting older, we want to keep that chip on our shoulder. We don't, because it's not even that we don't know how to heal from it. We don't want to heal from it. We scared. We scared to face that demon. We are afraid to face that demon, man. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's because you're scared. It's just you don't know how. You don't have the guidance. You don't have the wisdom to face that demon alone. And I'm gonna tell you this: you don't have to. You understand? You have brothers like Kaz and myself, and all the brothers in the UPK. That's what we here for. We here to solve them problems. We here to give you counsel on how to deal with them problems and how to face that demon. You don't have to go through that alone, because we all done came from it. We all done seen it. We all done had a family member or friend or whoever. We all done been through it ourselves. We all done been through it. So you don't have to do it alone. And that's why it's so important that's why that scripture is Zephaniah 2:1, right? Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together, O nation, not desired, because we are not desired on this earth. You understand? Our oppressor don't want us to come together and realize that we all been bamboozled. We all been lied to. We all come from the same struggle, and they don't want us to come together and heal. They don't want us to heal. They want us to stay scarred up, so we can keep hating our brother, unaliving our brother, and stealing from our brother. They don't want us to come together in unity and know who we really are, because they know it's the power behind that brotherhood is unbearable. You won't be able to break it once you get all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come together and realize who they are and heal from that trauma and that hurt and that pain. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing with us. But in the black community, we messed up, man. We messed up. And it's up to the ISUPK to fix it. It's up to us to go out there into our hoods and our neighborhoods and our communities and fix what's broken. Because we still broken. We not all the way fixed, but we know who we are according to the Bible, and we know what we supposed to be doing. But at the same time, we still in hell. We still we still going through things. So we still broken ourselves, but we can all heal together. We can teach each other. You understand? And that's what it's about. Do we have any comments in the comment section? You go ahead and call them out.
We got Crystal checking in. I want to also start checking in. We got Princess Tyler Walker checking in. We got Sister Latonia checking in. Sister Panayan checking in.
Most High in Christ. That's it.
We got Sister Mel checking in.
Most High in Christ.
Sister Dr. War checking in.
Good night. Look at all them sisters, man. That is glorious.
Sister Aaliyah Abdullah checking in. She has a comment. Sister Aaliyah Abdullah said, "Salam, greetings to you all." Sister Aaliyah from South Carolina.
Shalom, Lord Christ, sis. What's going on?
She said, "I've been praying. Deliverance is near, and I'm here for it. Yahweh knows I need this. And He's giving it to me through y'all."
Most High in Christ, give that sister a hand, man. Because she understands and she sees the true prophets of God. You understand? You are only going to get the truth here in the ISUPK, because we're gonna always keep it 100. We like y'all gotta understand, like we don't benefit from this other than what the Lord has promised us.
Right.
You understand? We don't get paid to do this. I don't make a dime from this. You understand? We do not gain from teaching these classes, not a penny. I do this because this is my passion. So you can actually come to us and get the answers and for free. These classes is for free. We don't pay for free game. This game is free. You understand? The game is like how in the world they try to say the game is meant to be sold and not to be told, and that's a damn lie. The game is free. You don't have to pay for free game. You don't have to pay for the truth. You understand? Us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of being lied to. Do you know how long it took? It didn't take that long. I ain't gonna exaggerate because I ain't nothing but 27 years old. But it took me 27 years to. I ain't gonna say 27. I'm exaggerating now. But it took me years to find this truth.
Right.
You understand? It took me half of my life. I say that. It took me half of my life to figure out what is my purpose in life. Man, when I tell y'all, I never saw this coming. I never saw myself standing up on no podium teaching the Bible ever in my life. Like, I thought I was gonna be a gangster. Hey man, listen. I thought I was gonna be all I ever wanted was to be a gangster, like Captain Cod said. I thought I was gonna be a gangster. You understand? I thought I was gonna be in and out of jail, shootouts every day, losing people, which that's kind of what I was going through in the world already. But I had to get out that mindset, man. I knew it was a bigger purpose in life than just that street life. Like that's real heavy because we look at the streets like when you in the streets, you feel like the streets love you. You feel like you get love out there because your family don't love you the way the streets do. That's why a lot of young brothers turn to the streets because they feel like they don't get that love that they should get from their family like they do the streets. Like the streets, they show you love in different ways, and that's how the young niggas we that's how we came up. We came up seeing the man that's older than us and how people loved them and how they was popular in school and all the junkies knew them and stuff like that. Like we look at that as like hood fame. It's like everybody know us from every side of town, every hood, every city, and everywhere we go is love. You understand? Of course, you got the people that hate, but when you young and you go through trauma in the household, your mama she treat you like crap because of your father, or your father he treating you like crap because of your mother. You understand? You don't really have a relationship with your siblings, like you and your siblings, y'all don't really talk like that because y'all all got different fathers. So all y'all come from different struggles. Like it's the same struggle, but this sibling probably like his father probably. Oh, you go ahead, sir. Go ahead. But this maybe your brother father does more for him, and maybe your father ain't like maybe you ain't never met your father, so your father ain't in your life. So your father ain't buying you school clothes. He's not buying you presents for Christmas. You understand? You're not getting back to school clothes. And then your other siblings, all them got their father, all their fathers in their life. They daddy come and pick them up, and you just feel like, damn, why my father don't love me? Why my father why my mother don't love me? Why it seems like all my siblings they it seems like they good. They not stressing about how they gonna look at school tomorrow. I'm like, you sit here wearing your brother and sister's hand-me-downs because you don't have the support from your father or your mother, whoever. And you feel like you're not getting that love from your mother, you're not getting that support because she got to fend for all her other kids. She can't really do for you. Like you're probably the one that probably get like two outfits when back to school come back. All your other sisters, they fully loaded. They got six outfits. They got 3 or 4 pairs of shoes, but your mama can only afford to get you 2 outfits but no shoes. I'm telling you, like, tell me, am I right or wrong? I'm telling you, I was one of them children, but I know it wasn't just me. I know I'm pretty sure a lot of us done been through that. A lot of families done been through that. Well, they got it. Their situation is kind of different from their other siblings. But you go ahead and read the comments, like.
My man Lorenzo checking it. He said, bro, often people that has been through trauma get judged and treated differently by the same people they're trying to open up to.
Right. Get that brother in hand. That's very heavy. You understand? Because he know what's going on. We got any more?
We got Shaw. Oh, Sister Panian said, I am so grateful for the truth that changed my life. I feel that all my life experience brought me to this. Thanks to Yahweh for this truth.
Damn right, sis. And the Lord bless you. You good.
And we got Officer Shaw. He said, same with the becoming homeless. He said, brothers and sisters, before they become homeless, get corrected, but refuse to listen and then end up in the streets. And he said, that's a type of scenario. Or he said, or either your mom wearing your shoes type. Right.
Get y'all here, man. That was crazy. But yeah, man, like we all done either experienced it or we all done seen it. You understand? So just like I was saying at the beginning, we all done been through it. We all done been through that trauma. We all done seen it. So that's what brings us together. That's how we can relate to each other because we either done it or seen it. So that's why it's important for us to come together with these stories. Come together with our stories. Actually sit down and as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and have this conversation. Because this is something that we don't talk about. That's one thing in our community we will never do. We'll never sit and talk about our problems. We're never gonna sit and talk about the trauma we done went through as a kid because we feel like, okay, well, if I didn't if I didn't go through that trauma, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's true, but it's still not an excuse for you to do bad. It's not an excuse for you to go out and rob. It's not an excuse for you to go out and unalive. It's not an excuse for you to go out there and sell drugs and do drugs because you've been through trauma. Nigga, we all done been through trauma. You not the only one. You not the only person that was abused verbally, mentally, physically, whatever. You not the only person. So what gives you a pass to go out there and put evil out there in the world? Who the hell gives you a pass to do that? Like, that's why they got that saying, hurt people. Which is, that's not, I mean, it's true, but it ain't true. Like, it's something, we all got a choice. You don't have to hurt people. You could take that trauma, that hurt, and that pain and put it into something positive. You could take that and prove them wrong. Prove your mother and your father, your aunt, your grandma, whoever, prove them wrong by doing righteous things. You don't go and take that trauma and then put evil out there in the world and thinking you're going to get something good out of it. We got to start acting like the world owes us something. The world don't owe you shit. So like it for my language. Look, the world don't owe you anything. But who you do owe, you owe the Most High. You owe the Lord. And you owe it to yourself to stay alive. Because you can't do anything dead.
Right.
Cause that's exactly where it's gonna get you. You're gonna get unalive out here putting evil in the world. You're gonna get unalive. But you owe it to yourself to stay alive and keep doing the keep doing the works of the Lord. You understand? Going and feeding your community, going to clothe them, going to give them advice, counsel, and so on and so forth. Helping out your community is how you heal from that trauma. You go and teach somebody else, hey, you don't gotta do that. You don't gotta rob. You don't gotta steal. You don't gotta do drugs. Be better than I was. Be better than me. You don't gotta do that. Do something else. That's how you heal from that trauma. That's a way. I'll say that's a way. That's just one way. It's many other ways you can heal from trauma. You understand? But I don't want to talk y'all head off. Let's get to the scripture. All right, let's get let me see. Where I want to get. Y'all give me a minute, Salaya. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 12. And I'm glad you gave me the scripture, Kai. This scripture right here, it was heavy to me. You understand? It be like these scriptures like this. When you come from trauma and you hear these type of scriptures, it do something to you. Like it do something to your mind. It do something to your soul when you hear scriptures like this, because you actually a victim of trauma. When you're a victim of trauma and you read stuff like this, you be like, because this is something you won't get from the church. The Christian church is not going to talk about trauma. The Christian church, they not gonna sit there and talk about these things. Like Christian church is gonna sit there and talk about prosperity. They want to talk about some other bull crap that I ain't gonna say it don't really matter, but it doesn't matter at that moment. Like we trying to, it's like what you want to do first to try to gain more students is to get their attention by talking about why they like, it's a reason why people come into the school. Just like it's a reason why people come into the church. It's a reason why those people are there. They there for answers. They not there, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Some of them just might be there because they think they doing some type of good deed by being in the church. Because 90% of the Christian church are like that. They just there because it just feels good. But they go back out there and sin. They go back. Most of them go just in the church just because they feel like it's something to do. It's something to prove to the Lord that, hey, I'm in church. Don't fault me for sinning. I'm here. I'm trying. That's how the church look at things. But here, people come in here for answers. People want to know the truth. People want to know, what is my purpose in life? Like, why are we here? Like, cause those kind of were the things I was wondering throughout my life. I was just wondering, like, damn, why am I going through all of this trauma? Why am I going through all of this? I'm in and out of jail, getting these charges, getting in these shootouts, and so on and so forth. Why is this happening to me? Like, what am I here for? It's like I can't smile. I can't have not one good day. What the hell is like? Am I cursed? Like what the hell am I here for? And that's why people come into the school, they come in here for answers. So instead of you trying to teach prosperity and all the other BS, you need to be trying to grasp that student's attention by talking about things they are here for. Like, they here for answers, so answer their questions. See, the Christian church, I've never seen a person ask a question in the Christian church in my life. God, you ever seen that? You ever seen somebody raise their hand in the Christian church and ask a question? You would never see it, because the Christian church is not here to solve your problems. They tell you to pray about it. That's what the church do. They don't give a damn about your problems. The Christian church tell you to pray about it. They tell you to pray about it. That's it. But you will never see in the Christian church somebody raising their hand and asking a question. And if a person do, they gonna chastise him or her. They gonna like, oh, you being the scriptures say don't be rebellious. How is that being rebellious when somebody is asking a question? They want to understand what this scripture mean and what it's saying. That's not being rebellious. You understand? The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. He or she wanna know what this scripture mean. So I won't be taking it out of context, or so I won't be teaching the wrong thing, or whatever the case may be. I want to know what this scripture is saying. I want to understand who is it talking about? Who is this talking? Who is he talking to? What is it talking about? I'm not being rebellious because I'm asking a question, but here in the UPK, you can raise your hand to ask a question. We're gonna answer that question to the best of our ability, and we'll never. And even if we can't answer, hey, I don't know the answer to that right now, but I can go and get the answer for you, and I can get back to you. But it's going to get answered regardless. Like we not here to brush that off and be like, well, I don't have to answer your questions. You in my class. You got to listen to me. I'm the teacher. We would never do that. If we have to sit up here and ask questions the whole class, that's what we'll do. Because we here to help our people heal from trauma. We here to help our people be better people. But it's like, you got to read this scripture. It's like,
okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 12. Seek not death in the era of your life.
All right, you stop right there. I say, seek not death in the era of your life. You understand? This kind of self-explanatory. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You can kind of understand what it's already saying. It says, seek not death in the era of your life. Most of us, we get suicidal when things don't go our way. Just like I was saying, like as I was getting older, I was going through certain things. So I felt like, why can't I ever have a good day? Like, why I never get to smile? I never get to laugh. I never say I never got to laugh, because I was always around my friends and my brothers, my everyday dudes I hung around every day. So I did have times where I was, I got to smile and things like that. But it's like when you at home and you around your family, you feel like you're not getting the love that you think you need, or even if you by yourself and you live alone, you feel lonely. You feel like you by yourself. Ain't nobody here to love you. You ain't got no husband. You ain't got no wife. And you feel alone. You feel like it's dark. You feel like you're just not happy. And some people get weak. And they might want to unalive themselves. Like, bro, I remember when I was younger, it was this girl that I knew that I had, me and her was friends. and she got on Facebook, and she we seen it a lot growing up. Like y'all, y'all in the chat, y'all can attest to this. How many people have y'all seen Gold Fat live on Facebook? Like this was when everybody was going live on Facebook. I think this is when live on Facebook first started. Uh, she hopped on there and she was talking about unaliving herself. She was like, "I'm about to take all." Like she showed us the pills, and she was crying, and she was, "I'm going to unalive myself. Things in my life is just not going how it should. I feel like my mother don't love me, and all that, and so on and so forth." And I seen it, and I'm just like, if we supposed to be friends, why you ain't call me? So I'm trying. So I'm typing in the live, telling her to call me. She not answering. She's not listening to me. I'm like, call me before you do that. Do not do that. So I'm calling her. I'm blowing her because I think this is like before. I think I was calling her house phone. I don't even think we was old enough to have cell phones. I don't know. I don't remember how long ago it was. But I just kept calling and she would not answer the phone. And then the live just ended. So now I feel some type of way. I feel bad because I felt like I was blaming on myself because I feel like I couldn't save her. But I'm still calling and calling and calling and calling, and she not answering. So I called again, and her mother, her mama had came home because I believe she was at home alone. Her mama had finally came home, and her mama answered the phone. And I got her mama on the phone, and I'm like, "Is she okay? Is she good?" And she ended up taking the pills, but I don't think nothing happened yet. But her mama had to end up taking her to the hospital and getting her stomach pumped. But she was willing, ready to unalive herself about something she could get counsel on. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say because it's not my place to sit here and say she was wrong or she was wrong for feeling how she wanted to feel. But because we all get weak at times when especially when you're in the world, that demon is on you so heavy. It's like overtaking your mind to the point of where you're just not thinking. Like at this point, you're not yourself. And we're not talking about no demon possession. Like that's what I'm saying. That topic is kind of, it ain't for me to break down. I'll leave that up to the generals. It ain't for me to break down, but I'm saying as far as what the sister was going through, I can't say she was wrong. I can't say, but in a sense, she could have went about it another way. She didn't have to take all them pills and try to unalive herself. She didn't have to do that. You understand? And I felt bad because I felt, because me and her were friends. Like me and her we talked on the phone every day. We text every day. And it just so happened that day I didn't talk to her. So I guess she felt like, okay, I'm not there. I think I was busy or something. And so I didn't really get to talk to her that day. But I blame myself. And but yeah, she tried to unalive herself. But this scripture, if you could read that first part again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 20. Seek not death in the era of your life.
Say, seek not death in the era of your life. So at that point, that sister was at a low point. She seek death at the era of her life. So she felt like she didn't have nothing to live for anymore because she wasn't getting the proper love or attention that she needed when she was a teenager or whatever how old we were. I believe we were teenagers. We had to be. So she probably didn't feel like she was getting the attention, the love that she deserved from her family or from her friends or whatever. So she felt like she didn't want to be here anymore because of that. And that's not a reason to unalive yourself. Like that's something you can get over. That's something that you can heal from. You can heal from that by talking to someone, talking to your brother or your sister or whoever. at that time. You didn't like getting to the point to where you want to unalive yourself. You just completely then gave up on yourself. You just completely gave up on yourself. And we have to stop that in the black community. We have to stop giving up on ourselves because we feel like our mother and our father and our aunts and uncles or whoever is not giving us the proper love or respect that we deserve or that we need to get through everyday life. We got to stop going that route to want to unalive ourselves because of a mistake. Because you got a lot of sisters who have been molested or raped, and they blame themselves for being molested or raped when it's not their fault. You understand? We got a lot. I know a lot of sisters. I'm talking about, man, a handful. I know a lot of sisters that have been molested or raped, and they blame themselves. They say they say it's their fault because that happened. And I'm trying to understand, why do they feel that way? Why do they feel like it's their fault? You understand? It's not your fault. You didn't do that. You was a child. You was an innocent child. You understand? You did not know. No woman deserves that. No little boy deserves that. But it messes them up so bad because they went through their whole childhood, their whole teenage years, and not talked about it. They let all of that just sink in till they got older. And that's why, believe it or not, that's why the Christian church is filled with so many women. You understand? That's why you will always find the Christian church with more women than men. Because they go to the because certain things in their life then transpired. It ain't always got something to do with with rape and molestation. It don't really always got to do something with that. It could be something different, something other than that. But most women they end up going to the Christian church, and they think that they think, and then they try to turn to the Lord in a way, and they think that they have to, like, matter of fact, I will leave that topic for the movie, because I also want to talk about that movie, what you call it, Redemption, Deliverance. That comment really got something to do with that movie, so I'm gonna say that comment for last, because that's gonna make my point for that movie. Because if anybody ain't never seen that movie Deliverance, they just came out. It's a scene that's in that movie where the main character, that sister with the hazel eyes, she was going through mental trauma as well, and she went through being, I think she got raped by her mother's boyfriend or husband, whoever that man was. She was raped, and she was dealing with certain type of demons that she was fighting, and from that trauma, and she treated her kids. She took that trauma and pushed it towards her kids and treated her kids the way her mother treated her. And that's really, we'll talk about that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. But it's like, you gotta read. Can you read? Getting ahead of myself. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
And pull not upon yourselves destruction with the work of your hands.
All right, so pull not upon yourself destruction with the word. I mean, it's like with the works of your hands. You understand? Read that one more time, Salaya.
And pull not upon yourselves destruction with the work of your hands.
So pull not upon yourself destruction with the works of your hands. So just like I was saying about the sister, that those pills were the destruction. Like, she was trying to destroy herself with those pills. She was trying to unalive herself with those pills. You understand? For whatever apparent reason, she wanted to go ahead and just end it all. You understand? And it's not even just her. Let's talk about the people that then had a firearm. Like I remember another little boy. This little boy was a child, like I believe like 6 or 7 at the time, or 8. And I remember hearing about it. The first time I heard about it, it was my ex ribs brother, little brother. It was his friend. They stayed beside him. He stayed beside him. And he came home crying, and he was like, his friend died. I was like, how? And he said he took a revolver. He went and found his father's, or I think it was his mother gun. He found his mother gun, whatever that little boy was going through. I don't know what possessed that little boy to unalive himself. Like, this is a 7, 8 year old little boy. But he took that firearm. It was a revolver. And he put a pillow over his head, y'all. He put a pillow over his head and pointed the gun through the pillow and shot himself in the head. A little boy, bro. A 7, 8 year old little boy put a pillow over his head. Well, I don't know what he thought that pillow was going to do, but I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Bro, that messed me up, man, when I heard that. Cause like somebody that young, whatever trauma, and that's why I'm talking about this class, because it's like that's trauma. Whatever type of trauma, whatever hurt or whatever he was going through as a child, it brought him to that point to where he took that gun and unalived himself, man. A 7, 8 year old little boy. And that's why the scripture says, pour not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. And that's exactly what that little boy did. You understand? That's exactly what he did. He unalived himself, and we will never know. We will never know what made him go and do that, because he's not here anymore for us to ask him why did he do that. But that's what I'm saying. We have to stop, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to stop getting to the point to where we want to go that low, that we feel like we don't deserve to live because of childhood trauma. And it's like, just like I say, we have to start talking about these things. Like, us Blacks, Hispanics, Natives, we have to start coming together and sitting down and talking about childhood trauma. Like, that is important. Like, we have to understand how important and how we should take childhood, or it ain't even got to be childhood, but whatever type of trauma that happened in your life. Most of the time, it transpires when you're a child, but we have to stop taking that lightly. Like, that's something serious. That's something that we have to start taking. That's nothing to laugh about. Like, a lot of us, we sit here and we laugh at other people because how weird they are, about how, you got some people that laugh at how people are and don't understand why that person is the way they are. You don't understand why that sister is standoffish and she quiet and she don't like being around crowds of people. She not a talkative person, and we stare at her like she bougie. We stare at her like she like she a bitch, like she lame or whatever the case may be. We look at that sister and we shame her because she standoffish and she quiet and she don't like being around a lot of people. We look at that as weird when you don't know what that sister going home and going through. Just like that, and that brother who kind of weird, and he always sitting by himself at lunch table, and he don't too much fool with people. He kind of like anime, and it just things like that. Like, you just you just never know why people are the way they are. and we quit to judge that person because they're not like you. Like you probably didn't go through trauma. You probably had a good childhood. You lived in a good home, which I'm not shaming that either. That's a good thing that children grow up in that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to grow up in a 2-parent household, and everything is supposed to be all right. You don't supposed to grow up as a child with trauma. You don't have we have to stop exposing our children to trauma. We got to stop arguing in front of our children. We got to stop that as well. Stop yelling in front of your children. Stop yelling at your children. It's a time and a place for discipline. It's not like you don't always have to yell at your child. You don't always gotta ground them and put them in the room and have them in the room for hours. It's certain things you could try something different. Of course you don't want to go against the scripture when it talks about disciplining your child with the rod. Don't ever. I'm not saying to exempt that. Still do that. Still handle your business when it come to that. But it don't always have to. It doesn't always have to resort. What's the word? Can't you think of the word? Result to that. You don't always have to. The first instinct, I'm gonna whoop him. I'm gonna beat his ass just off the flap, just straight out the muscle, whoop him. And you gotta start small with things. You be like, all right, you warn him, give him that warning. He don't listen to that warning. All right, take something from him. That don't work. Then it's time to pull the belt out. Oh, I said so it. But it's time to it's time to handle your business. You don't always have to straight out the muscle go to the rod. You don't have to go out the muscle with that. You understand? It's certain levels you have to take it with your child. And if you go that route with just straight out the muscle, beating your children, all that child is gonna know is abuse. Cause that's the first thing that come to mind is, dang, I can't do dang, I pops, I mom, I made a mistake. I messed up. Just you can at least give them a warning or let them know, hey, don't do that again. Have a serious talk with your children and let them know don't do it again. And if they do it again, then take their phone, take something they love, take something they know that they can't live without. And if that don't work, then you know what to do. You understand? But we got to stop. We got to understand that abuse is another form of trauma. You understand? You can't just straight out the flat abuse your children. You got to, there's certain steps you got to take to that. Because a lot of kids, they end up with, the little girls, they end up pulling their hair out, end up cutting themselves with blades and knives and things like that. You don't want to get your child to that point. Because I done went to school with a lot of those children. I done seen that a lot growing up, in high school and middle school. I had an Edomite friend named Casey. She boy, I don't know what she was going through at home. Boy, that sister came to school with welts, scratches, cuts, and I'm thinking her parents is doing this to her, but she was doing it to herself. She came to school every single day crying, every day. I understand I'm talking about the Edomite, but I was saying that's just what I saw. That was I just saw that firsthand. It wasn't, I didn't see a sister. I saw Esau go through it first. So I'm speaking on it. But she came to school damn near every day crying. So come to find I didn't find out until she died, because she ended up something ended up happening, and she ended up getting in the car and speeding, and she ended up the car ended up flipping, or I believe she hit a tree, and she ended up dying in middle school, I think. Was that middle school? I think it was middle school, but she ended up dying. And but I didn't find out that her parents wasn't in her life until I went to her funeral. That's when I found out. Oh, now this making sense. So she was living with her uncle, and ain't no telling what I ain't even gonna. If you know, you know. If you know that uncle. Hey, so I kind of figured, okay. And matter of fact, come to find out, both of her parents was gone. Both of her parents had died, and that's why she was staying with her uncle. And ain't no telling what that uncle was putting her through at home. But that was just an example. I know that was an Edomite, but that was just an example that I was given that these things have these things start start at a young age as a child. Like it always start then because it's so easy. Like because we innocent, we so easy to get influenced or the our mind is so innocent to the point to where we'll fall for anything. Like we'll just end up doing some crazy stuff off the wall that end up getting us killed, and then or getting us put in jail for a long time, or getting us hurt and just messing us up mentally. That's why we grow up doing the things that's why you see the school shooters and the uh and the child molesters and the just people doing crimes that just don't make sense. Like people just out here going haywire today. Like you seeing some crazy crimes going on today, and you just like wondering, damn, somebody that stupid to do something like that. Like somebody is that insane to go and shoot up a church. Like that's the boy. That's insane. But now it's to the point that we done seen it so much, it's not surprising no more. Now we understand it's something mentally going on. There's something mentally going on with that person. That person ain't got it all. You understand? But that trauma, man, we got to stop taking that trauma, that pain, that hurt lightly, because that's something that lead us to the grave quick. You understand? We'll that trauma will lead us to do some things that we cannot come back from. And death is the way you just can't come back from. You ain't coming back from that. Once you're gone, you're gone. Understand? I mean, we understand reincarnation, but we do a lot of things that'll get us unalive. And I know too many people. I done seen so many cases of people unaliving themselves because of childhood trauma. You understand? But you could drop that scripture. We got any comments in the chat?
Young man just said, young men turn into gangs.
All right. That was like an example. Yeah. Had that brother in hand. And that's another thing too. That's really another big thing in the black community. We most of the young brothers we turn to gangs because of the lack of attention from our fathers, the lack of the love from the mother. You understand? Most of the time, our children just want the attention from our father. We don't really too much. I ain't gonna say we don't care about the love from our father, because the father gonna show more of the father gonna give you more time, and the mother is gonna give you more love. If that makes sense. Now your father is gonna sit and talk to you, like your father is gonna take you on camping trips and fishing trips and teach you how to camp and fish and like your father is here to teach you. Your mother is here to love you and nurture you. You understand? So most of us, we don't really look for the love in our father. We look for the attention. We look for acceptance from our father more than our mother do. Like the mother, we looking for the love. Like I need you to hug me. I need you to tell me you love me. I need you to tell me you will never leave me. You will never give up on me. That's what we really be trying to. I'm speaking on the men. Like I'm speaking on the boys that grow up. That's kind of what we look for in our mothers. We looking for that love. We looking to, because without that mother's love, really, you won't really know how to love a woman or to accept the love from a woman. So that's why we grow up with our mothers, not being there, or our mothers not loving us properly. And then as soon as we meet a woman, we don't know how to accept that love from that woman because our mother didn't show us how to. Like most of the time, my mother didn't hug us and kiss us and tell us she loved us. So when this woman do it, it's weird. It kind of feel. It's not. I'm not saying it's homosexual. It's not that you don't love women. It's just you don't know how to accept that love from that woman. So when she hug you and it kiss you and she kiss you, it kind of feel awkward because you're not used to it. And then with the father, it's like when your father's not there, you looking for the attention. So if you don't got that attention from your father, you'll go out and seek attention from the so-called brothers and gangs. You understand? You go out there and you try to do stuff to be accepted by gangs. Like really, you just want to be seen. That's what mostly how it is with the young brothers. We just like the young brothers. We want to be accepted. You understand? And that's why the brothers go and join gangs because they want to be accepted. They want to make somebody proud. And that's why they go and join the Bloods, the Crips, the GDs, and so on and so forth, because they looking for acceptance. They looking for protection. They looking for guidance. They looking for attention. So that's why they go out and they go rob and unalive and sell drugs and get on drugs because they want to, and that's because they want to feel love from the set. They want to feel love from the hood, from the junkies or whoever. They want to feel love. I mean, not love, so like because you get that because they look like they look for the love in the mother. They want the acceptance from everybody else. So that's heavy. You say that, brother, because it's like we got to realize what the trauma do to the boy and the girl. Like they both do kind of sort of the same things, but they both go two different paths. Like without the father's love, he will go and unalive his brother and go rob his brother, and he'll go do some things that got something to do with with just being a bad person towards his people. And then towards the sisters, if the sister, well, it's kind of like the sisters too. The sisters, if they don't have the love from their father, then it's kind of the same thing. They, as soon as they find a good man, they push that good man away because they don't know how to identify that this man is just trying to protect her. Like, so when this man tell a woman to put some clothes on, don't go outside with your breast out and your behind out, she look at it as an attack. Well, really, he just trying to protect you. That's something that her father didn't teach her. So it kind of both of them go hand in hand. Really, it's really no different. Both of them really go hand in hand. Without the mother and the father, both the boy and the girl is going to be destroyed many ways. You understand? And we and that's why it's important for us to, as we get older, we gotta go to our parents. Like Jeremiah Muhammad said, instead of bashing your mother and your father and saying that they ain't ish and they bad mothers and they didn't raise me and they didn't teach me anything, and instead of doing that, like Jeremiah Muhammad said, we need to learn how to be good sons and be good daughters. You understand? We don't know what you don't know what made your mother leave or to just back away from the family and get hooked on drugs. You don't know what happened to your father to make him want to leave and do the same thing, get on drugs and or whatever the case may be. You don't know what made them do what they did until you get older. Until you get 30 or 20 or in your 20s, that's when you start to realize, okay, now I see why my mother and my father left. Now I see why this and that happened. Because now life done hit you. Now you realize this your baby mama ain't ish because she got you on child support. That's when you realize this man ain't ish because he putting his hands on me. That's when life hits you when you get older. And then you start to realize, I see why my mother and my father did what they did. Because life happens. Things is going to transpire. Shit is going to happen. So instead of blaming your mother and your father for not being there, how about you forgive them and you talk to them and you understand and you still build a relationship with your parents, regardless of what they did to you. As long as you got breath in your body, you can change. And that's what we got to understand. Because you got people that's in the grave who didn't get a second chance. The people, you know, you got babies that was aborted and babies that didn't make it. You got brothers and sisters who done messed up and didn't get a second chance. But you keep getting chance after chance after chance after chance and throwing and keep taking it for granted. When every day you wake up is a new beginning. It's a new day to go and make a change. Whether it's in your life or somebody else's life. You don't have to take that trauma and go and do bad things. You don't got to do that. You can take that trauma and be somebody's blessing. You can take that trauma and go and help and go save a life. But instead, we taking that trauma and going to destroy multiple people. We over here taking the trauma that they ain't got nothing to do with. My brothers and sisters, my Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian sisters ain't got nothing to do with what my mother and father did to me. But I'm taking that trauma from what they did to me and putting it back and throwing it back on my people. And that's why I feel like it's such a recurring cycle. It feel like it just never ended because we taking that trauma and putting it back on our own people. We teach it and we putting it back on our children. And that's why they call it generational curses. Because we sitting there taking that trauma and putting it on our children. And then we messing our children up and our children get older and they throw it on their children. And it just goes straight down the line. And that's how that movie Redemption. Just like that movie Deliverance is the same thing I just broke down is exactly how that movie is. The same exact thing. That movie, see, that's why the Christian church is so evil. The Christian church is so evil because they instead of them teaching you how to face that demon and how to fight that demon, how to get over that trauma, how to heal from it, they go and tell you the devil did it. They go and did it. They go and tell you that Satan made me do it. That's what they do. They go and blame it on Satan because the Bible says Satan he kills, steals, and destroys, which is true. But it's not like how. But they don't realize who the devil really is. You work with the devil every day beside you. That boss man you say yes sir to, and you listen to whenever he tell you to do something, you looking at the devil right in his eyes. But that's how that movie Deliverance, that's how that movie is telling you. If you really just pay attention to the detail, like a lot of those Christians that watch that movie, all they was doing was looking for the possession in that movie. They wasn't looking for they really wasn't looking They wasn't paying attention to the little, like it was throwing subliminals. Like it wasn't even throwing subliminals because it was in your face about what that movie was trying to tell us. But instead, Christians got what Christianity got out of that movie was no, you still a good person, no matter what you come from or what you did, God still loves you. But Satan made you do that because you was possessed. When that wasn't even the case. The case was I'm finna go ahead and break it. I'm finna try to break this down like Jim Hyman. I'm finna try my best right now. You understand? I'm finna go ahead and try to give a full breakdown of this movie. I understand I only pulled one scripture. I'm sorry. But this topic is so heavy. You understand? Like these are things that we need to talk about all the time. This suckers, we all need to heal from this. But the lie, so let's talk about deliverance. Okay. So if anybody's seen the movie, y'all put in the chat. If anybody's seen that movie Deliverance, you put in the chat con or whatever. Just say con. If you've seen that movie, let's go ahead and just elaborate on it. Let's talk about it. If you've seen that movie, just put con or concert in the chat and let's talk about it. And I want y'all insight of what did you get out of that movie? I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat, what did you learn from that movie? Put in the chat. Did anybody see that movie? Got any comment? Not yet.
Sister Yala said she didn't see
it. She said she didn't?
Yeah.
Oh man, sis, you gotta go watch that. I don't know if you scared of scary movies, but just know it ain't real, sis. It's not real. It's okay. Demons is not going to enter into your home. They're not going to creep up on you, possess you. Only way that demon can come back is if you let it, because you probably was fighting that demon in the world. But other than that, it's not the perception that the Christian church put out. Like those are Hollywood demons. That's Hollywood possession. Oh, that's Hollywood stuff. Like what? Let's talk about the real possession. Let's talk about who the real demon is. You understand? Let's talk about that. But that Hollywood demon, listen, y'all, don't be fooled by that mess. It's not real. It's real, but it's not real. Demons are real. Don't get it misconstrued. Demons are real. Do you understand? Demons are real. Do not get that confused. They are real, but it's not how they put it out. You understand? There are many different types of demons. Many. There are millions of different types of demons. You understand? Millions. But it's not like that. It's not Hollywood. Hollywood trying to scare you, and the white man know what he doing. We got anything in chat? Anybody said nothing yet? All right, it's too wild. How many views we got? Got 6. All right, most high Christ. All right, ain't no sweat. Well, if you ain't seen the movie, was somebody say something?
She kind of am now that I'm older.
She kind of am now that she older. What? Not scared?
Yeah.
Okay. See, most high Christ. Don't be scared of that movie, sis. It's not real. It's not gonna put bad spirits in your home. Your home is protected because you are in the UPK. You understand? The Lord is protecting you, sis. You don't have to worry about those evil spirits coming into your home unless you let it. And the only way, and what do I mean by that? What I mean is the only way a spirit can come into your home is if you go back to what you were in the world. That's the only way that can happen. But if you stay 10 toes down in the truth and you keep the commandments and you do what you're supposed to do according to being a wife to your husband and things in that nature, you will never have to worry about a bad spirit coming into your home and possessing your family or whatever the Christian church trying to put out there. You will never have to worry about that. The only way a demon can come into your home is if you go back into the world and do what you was doing in the world. I pray you understand. But so we got any more comments? Anybody saying anything else? Nah. All right, so let's talk about the movie. So either you seen it or you haven't. All right, so I'm gonna see if I try because I done watched it twice. I had to really get a good understanding of what I'm watching. So, all right, so the sister, the main character, I'll take some more. And you can chime in, guys. Say something, man. You understand? We both can get heavy in there. Yeah. He said, nah. Nah, but what I was saying. So the main character, I'm about to look up the main character because I don't know her name. I don't know her name. But the main character, which is I'm just gonna say the light skinned sister with the hazel eyes, brown. Now what kind of eyes she got? She and her mother, the white woman. So her mother, they moved from Philadelphia. So she moved her family from Philadelphia to I don't know what city that was. But she moved her family from Philadelphia because her and her husband separated. Her husband went to Vietnam or whatever to fight in the war or whatever. But they wasn't together. So technically she was a single mother. And she moved to another state to get away from, because she had some charges and stuff going on. I don't know exactly what the charges was, but she moved to for a new scenery to get her kids out of that home, out of that bad environment. So they moved them to a new house in a new city. So she let her mother move in with her, which is a white woman. What I'm about to say. All right, so she let her mother move in. They moved into this house that a family used to live in back in the day. So they moved in the house that a family used to live in. So the family that lived in that house before, their son ended up getting possessed, and her son ended up dying in that house, and the spirit from the son ended up possessing the mother, and the mother chopped her husband's head off, and then the demon just went away, and she realized what she did, and then the demon came back, and she unalived her daughter and strangled her daughter to death, and then she hung herself or shot herself in the head or whatever. So basically, everybody in that house died. The whole family died in that house that family moved into. So that's how the little boy ended up getting possessed in the new family that I'm talking about. So she ended up moving into that house, and the spirit from that family, or the spirit from that little boy that was possessed in the first family that lived in that house, the spirit ended up consuming the little boy. I'm talking about the little child. Okay, let me see. I remember. Let me see. End up possessing. But okay, so the first part of the movie, I ain't gonna talk about that because really the possession didn't come until the end of the movie. That's when the possession came. So really, the first part of the movie. So at the beginning, it was just showing ordinary, everyday thing that goes on in the black community. So she had social services coming to our house because she done put her children in danger in the past. So she got social services watching over her and watching every move and making sure the kids is safe and things of that nature. But she ended up she was drunkard. She was a drunkard. She drunk and she smoked weed. And they was trying to say that every time her mother drank, she would beat her children. So they got certain scenes in there where the mother was talking bad, well, verbally abusing her kids. So she was verbally abusing her kids, and some scenes they showed where she the first scene I saw when she hit the child was when they were sitting at the table, and I believe she was trying to tell him to eat his food. Oh no. He had asked for some milk, and she told him no because he was lactose intolerant. And he told her mother, "You don't have no proof that I'm lactose intolerant because you never took me to the doctor. So how do you know I'm lactose intolerant?" And then she was like, "Because I know." And then he said, "Maybe you just cheap." And she smacked the taste out of that little boy's mouth. I'm talking about smacked the taste out of his mouth, and his mouth started bleeding. So her mother seen it and it was like, "Oh, you done lost your mind." So I'm gonna try to fast forward. So that was one scene where the mother was abusing her child by he smacked him. She smacked him in the mouth, and his mouth ended up bleeding. So then I don't know if he was the oldest son, but I think he was the oldest son. So the oldest son, he was going through a little trauma because the mother was verbally abusing him and things like that, and he was getting abused, like he was getting bullied in school and stuff like that. So his father was sending him money through Zelle or whatever, some type of money order, and he would take the money orders and he would cash it out in cash and he would save it. So he was saving money to get away from that family, from his mother, because he wanted to get away from his mother's abuse because she was abusing drugs and alcohol, and she would get drunk and beat her children and verbally abuse them. Everyday life we go through in the black. Oh, somebody has something to say? Yeah, so it's everyday life that goes on in the black community. Our mother or our father, they end up being drunkards, and they end up, either the father end up beating the mother or the father end up, things like that happen in the black community. So that's what I got from the first part of the movie. I got that the mother was just going through some things that she went through when she was a child. So her white mother wasn't a good mother. She abused her daughter verbally, mentally, and physically. Her husband or her husband or her boyfriend, she let her husband or her boyfriend, whatever the man was to her, let him rape her daughter. So she got molested when she was a child or raped, and she held that, like that was she kept that chip on her shoulder till she got grown, until she got old enough to have her own kids. You understand? She was acting out, she was partying, popping pills, beating up people, catching charges, robbing, and so she took all that trauma that she went through with her mother, and what she was going through when she was young, and got older and turned into a monster. You understand? And then when she had her own children, she raised them based off how her mother raised her. So really, she's a product of her environment. She raised her children based off of how her mother raised her. You understand? She probably a little more protective than her mother. She probably would never let a man rape her children, but she still kind of like her mother in a certain way, because that's all she know how to do is abuse her kids, because her mother abused her. So she nothing but a product of her environment. So not to justify her beating her children, but that's what she went through. She thought that that's how you raise children. She thought that was right. So you can't really blame her, because that's all she knew. But so that happened. So let's talk about the demons. So I feel like the demons came in when, how can I put this? So the demons came about because, like I say, the so-called house is already so-called possessed by demons. So that demon is feeding off that negative energy, that negative vibe that's going on amongst that family already. That demon is seeing division. That demon is seeing abuse. That demon is seeing trauma. So the demon preys on the weak. You understand that demon's job is to convince you to do something wrong or to convince you that you not loved and nobody cares about you and things like that. That's that demon's job, to make you feel low. So they were already at their lowest because they was in poverty. They going through trauma. They she didn't have a husband. You understand? She was a single parent, and and then she got her mother living with her that's trying to fake it till she make it in the Christian church, thinking that she's delivered because she don't abuse her children or she not that person she was when she was younger. So you got all that conjunction mixed up in that house. Of course, that demon is going to feed off of that. So now that demon is getting attached to every single one of them. So now but really it's getting attached to the children because the children are the weak, are the so-called weak. You know how the Christian church teaches the demons, they love to take over the church. That's why in every possession movie you see a demon always going after the child first because they so-called the weaker vessel or the weaker person or so the demons start to attach to the children first because now the children is the second generation of this trauma. Of course, that demon is already on the parents. The demon is already on the parents, but it's not. But they really want the children's soul. Supposedly, I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about how the Christians putting it out. This is not what I think. I'm just putting it out there how the Christians putting it out. But so the demon, so her smallest little boy, he was going down there in that basement. Something was going on in that basement. It was like a hole in that basement. And that hole is where that demon or that spirit lived. It lived like in a hole in a tunnel. So he would go down there and I guess he was like in a trance. And that demon had him in a trance and it was talking to him and telling him to do certain things. So he was like sleepwalking or whatever. What time we got? 8:41. I'm trying to hurry up and skim through it, but I'm trying to go ahead and skim through it so I can tell you, so I can give y'all the vision of what the message was in that movie. It's not what the Christian church put it out as. I'm putting it out like we got to look at this movie as mental trauma, like trauma that goes on in the black community every day. That's what I got from this movie. I didn't look at this as like demon possession, like, oh, I didn't look at it how Hollywood look at it, or how the Christian church look at it. I'm looking at it, okay, this is they going through demons, they fighting demons, but it's not possession demons. Like they not literally possessing them and making them float up to the air and making things fly across the room and closing doors and climbing walls. That's not what I think a demon does. That's not what I think a demon is. A demon is something. A demon is a see, like I said, I don't even got the words to explain because I don't have the word. I'll leave it up to the general. I can't describe what a demon is. You go ahead, sir, because I can't really put it in the word of what a demon is. He said, well, yeah, go ahead, sir. I need it.
But I mean, a demon is what the Bible calls an unclean spirit.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the thing. That's the influence that turns you from the Most High.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that gets you to do something, you know what I'm saying, against the Most High's will. You know what I'm saying? According to your flesh. You know what I'm saying? The things that you want to do, the things you want to give up on. You know what I'm saying? The things that's against the Most High. But the spirit of the Most High wants you to do the Most High's will.
Right. Okay.
Like,
Most I get it out of hand. I knew that, but I couldn't put it into words because I ain't really. Yeah, I can't put it into words because it's certain topics about demons that I can't break down. Like it's like the same stuff with when people get unalived and they say that they seen the Most High. I can't say that person is lying because the Lord gonna come to like even all through the Bible. The Lord only let certain people see him, or he came to people in different ways. So it's like I can't say someone is lying. I can't say someone didn't see what they saw. So it's not for me to speak on. I'm gonna leave that up to the generals because I can't say that person is lying or that person got a mental illness. I can't always say that. I mean, it sounds insane, but it ain't for me to break down. I'll leave that up to Jim Hyman or Commander G. Yohanan to break that down. I can't. That ain't for me to break down. So if anybody asks me anything about what they saw, I listen. Get counsel from Commander G. Yohanan or Jim Hyman. I can't tell you what you saw. I can't say that you lying. All I know is it's possible. You understand? But all right, back on topic because I ain't got that much time. All right, what I'm talking about. So the demon was messing with little boy. Little boy was doing little strange, weird things like sleepwalking, or he was mesmerized, and but it started getting worse. Like that demon started to attach to that little boy more and more. So through the days go by, the mother was washing that little boy in the tub, and then the oldest son he got possessed or was put in a trance, and he went in that bath. The mother had stopped washing the little boy and went downstairs to answer her phone. And while she was downstairs answering the phone, the oldest son went in the bathroom and started drowning the little boy. And he drowned that little boy for a long time. Bro, I'm talking about he had that little boy up under that water for a long time. But guess what? He would not die. The demon already done got him. Like the demon. So the mother had came upstairs and seen what the oldest son was doing. The oldest son was still drowning him. And she couldn't get him off of him. Like that demon was so strong, she couldn't pull her son off of him. So he was still like the little boy was still drowning. I'm saying this little boy was drowning about 5, 6, 7 minutes. So she finally got her oldest son off of him, and then the little boy ended up making it. He didn't die, but when the little boy came up out the water, he wasn't choking. He wasn't choking on the water. He didn't cry. He came out the water and had a serious face, and he was looking at his older brother with a mad face. And that's how you know that demon had already done possessed that little boy. This is not my words. I don't think he was possessed, but I'm saying how the Christian church saying it. You know, they putting it out there. So supposedly the little boy was possessed, and that's why he didn't end up dying in the tub, because the demon that already done got his soul. The demon already done possessed him. So that happened, and then it was a scene where all three of the kids. So she has an oldest son, a second oldest daughter, and then that little boy. So all three of the kids had went to school, and the demon had possessed all three of them some type of way. So the oldest son, he was in his classroom, and the teacher was teaching about AIDS, and he bust out laughing when she was talking about AIDS. Like I'm talking about he on the floor laughing about her brother dying from AIDS. And then I don't really know what that was about. But then her daughter was at recital. She was at choir practice, and she walked up to her teacher, and I thought she got on her period because she started bleeding from her up under her skirt, and you can see the blood on the floor and on her shoes. So I'm thinking it's her period. So that happened, and then the little boy, he said he had to go to the bathroom, and he just pulled his pants down in the middle of the classroom and do I don't know if I can say this word. And he boo booed on the floor and took the dookie and took the feces and threw it at the teacher's face, and then he ate it. So that's how you show, okay, this demon really is getting now. Now this demon is getting heavy on these children now. Okay, I'm about done because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not finna tell this whole entire movie. I'm finna tell y'all the whole entire movie. I'm done. I'm just gonna stop it at that. I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all the conclusion. So what I got from this movie? So you see all the stuff that happened to them children. How many views we got in the thing? Okay, 5. All right. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Through all that I just explained, what did y'all get from everything I just explained? In the chat, please, if y'all could. What did y'all get from what I just broke down from this movie? Like I just gave y'all damn near the whole movie. I didn't even get to the last part when it was talking about, as soon as I didn't get to the last part when everybody got literally possessed. Like now, like at the end of the movie, that's when the demon finally came out. Like now you can actually see people getting possessed. But what did y'all get from that first part? Like through that first part I just explained, what did that sound like to you? Did that sound like people, like a spirit is literally entering their body and taking their body over? Or is this trauma? Or is this mental illness? In the chat, if y'all could, what did this sound like? Do this sound like demon possession, or do this sound like trauma? Since we talking about trauma in the class, just let me know. Be honest, and if you don't know, that's too. But do this sound like demon possession? Like, do this sound like demons just entered into all their bodies and possessed them to do these things? Or is this trauma that happened from trauma in the household, from abuse and verbal abuse and mental abuse? Did it come from that? Or did it just so happen the demon possessed the family because it was a bad spirit in the house? Kaj, you can say something as well if you want to. You go ahead.
Sister Yada said, like you said, it wasn't the physical demon, but generational curses and trauma.
Yeah, this is the hand. Understand? You go ahead, sir.
Sister Crystal said the mother's trauma was passed down to the kids.
Give that sister a hand, man. Them sisters bad. Oh, you got any more comments?
No,
man, y'all sisters is glorious, man. Cause y'all sisters check into these classes every day, and y'all actually participating, y'all actually listening and learning, and listen. That's glorious in the Lord's sight. You understand? And may the Lord be with you, sisters, cause y'all always in these classes. You understand? But y'all, all of y'all are absolutely right. You understand? Like sister Isla and sister was the other sister Crystal, like those sisters said, this trauma that was passed down from the mother, you understand, and from the mother's mother. You understand? These are generational curses. It went from the grandmother to the mother to the children. You understand? So at the end of the movie, so now we at the end. So at the end, if you could, Kaz, can you type in deliverance demon versus I guess you can type in like demon versus mother, because at the end you're going to see the demon, like it's a, okay, how can I put this? The demon, so the mother, the main character, the mother is in her regular body, but then the demon cloned her. So the demon got the same exact clothes she got on, the same exact face, braids, and they looking at each other. Now she facing her demon. She act now. This is man. Listen, y'all. Listen closely to what I'm about. Listen closely to what I'm about to say, and this is going to debunk everything the Christian church is teaching us. Tell me, and what analogy y'all is finna. Tell me what analogy y'all getting. Y'all are about to get from what I'm about to say. So the mother that's in her regular human form, she's sitting there regular as a human, and then the demon cloned her. Like, yeah, just type in demon versus mother or something like that. It's a scene, man. I'm trying to. You can just pull up it, but don't pull up the scene. Just pull up the picture. Let me see. Let me see if I can help. Let me see if I can help you out. Deliverance. I should have had all of this together. I just couldn't. Let me see. Okay, deliverance, demon versus mother scene. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Come on, please. Oh, no, that ain't. I thought I found it. Man, where is it? Ah. Come on, man. I just want to pull up the picture so y'all can just see what I'm about to say. Like, I'm finna give y'all this whole analogy. And I just want y'all to, okay, hold on. It's about to get there. It should be about to pull it up soon. Come on, man. Just come on. We probably just have to move on. The class almost over. I wish I would have had this together. Or you can just type, let me see, deliverance, mother possessed. Cause damn. Okay, I can't find the picture. It's too wild. I'm just gonna try to give this analogy. Okay, so the mother is in her regular form. She is a human being. Then the demon was supposed to be her little boy. So at first the little boy had cloned himself as the grandma because the grandma had ended up dying in the movie too. The grandma had ended up with sharp teeth and the big ass earrings. If y'all ain't seen pull that picture up. Now I know for a fact that you can find that. You can most definitely find that picture. Just type in grandma possessed in deliverance. Now you're gonna find that. That's easy to find because everybody was making jokes about that picture. That was funny. But the little boy was a demon was cloning the family members. So at first it cloned the grandma and I was like, why is it cloning the grandma? So the reason why it was cloning the grandma because it was basically the demon. So okay, I'm talking about this. It was trying to, you know how someone say you need to face that demon, or you need to face that trauma, or you need to face whatever that you need to face that person that did you wrong. That's how that was in that movie. So the reason why that demon transformed herself into the grandmother is because she the mother that has the children, she wanted her to face her mother. She wanted to face that demon that was in her mother. So she wanted to defeat what her mother did to her as a child. So that's why it was transforming itself into certain family members because that demon wanted that mother to face what her mother did to her, and she ended up defeating, or she ended up defeating that demon that made her hate her mother. If y'all understand what I'm saying, she defeated that demon that made her hate her mother. She defeated that demon that made her have a chip on her shoulder and a grudge towards her mother because of how her mother raised her, and how she treated her. So she defeated that demon when she came face to face to it. And then the demon transformed into herself. Like now the demon is the mother. Like y'all just gotta watch. I wish y'all could watch it to see what I'm saying, because I don't want to sound like I'm not making sense. So somebody got something to say? Let me look and see what you got out there. Cause I'm really over here trying to make sense, y'all. So like it. I'm trying to give y'all the vision. Let me see what you got up there. Trying to give y'all the vision. Okay, yeah. All right, that's the walk. So what I was saying. So yeah, so on the right hand is the grandmother. That's her mother. So that's the young lady that's on the left. That's her mother, and the mother had died in a scene in the movie, and when she died, the little boy ended up transforming into the grandmother. So this is the scene right here when that demon transformed into the grandmother. And now, so the demon was trying to get her to face what her mother did to her as a child. So that demon wanted her to defeat or to deal with what her mother did to her. You understand? If y'all understand what I'm saying. So then when she defeated that demon that was on her mother, that demon went away, it fled. It then transformed into her. So the woman that's on the left, the demon transformed into her. And now she's looking at herself as the demon. So now the demon wants her to defeat herself, because it's also a demon. So because she also had a demon with her she had a demon on her with her being a drunkard and smoking weed and abusing her kids and things and so on and so forth. So it transformed into her so she can be face to face with it, to face her problems. So now she fighting with that demon, and that demon is winning. That demon was whooping her ass, but she finally got that courage and that strength to defeat that demon. And once again, that demon fled when she stopped pursuing that demon. When she chose that she was gonna start treating her children better, and she was gonna stop talking to them crazy and beating them, and stop drinking and smoking, that's when that demon fled, and she became a better mother. And when that social services lady, she finally lightened up on her. She finally was like, okay, social services had took your children, but you can get your children back. And she was like, I'm gonna get my kids back. That's in due time. But until then, I'm gonna continue to serve the Lord, and I'm gonna keep the commandments, and I'm gonna do what the Lord told me to do. And if it's Lord's will for me to get my kids back, I'll get them back. But till then, I'm gonna serve the Lord. That's how you defeat that demon. That demon is not how the Christian church portrayed to be. Like they just man, listen, y'all understand how heavy this movie is, and that's why y'all should watch it. Y'all should not watch this movie and get scared, because it's not scary. If anything, it's sad to watch. It's very sad to watch, because this is things that we had to see growing up as children. We had to grow up and be treated just like this. We had to grow up and watch other families go through the same thing. So I encourage y'all to watch this movie. You understand? And there was no reason why anybody should have a fear of possession movies or demons, because as long as you in the UPK and you doing what the Lord told you to do, you should not have no fear of this movie or any type of possession movie, because this is Hollywood. It's not real. This is something that the white man created. This is what they like. This is what goes on in their mind. They made this stuff up. This is not biblical. You understand? There is a scripture in the Bible where it talks about I believe someone get possessed in the graveyard or something like that. I believe, I can't remember the story, but it is a book in the Bible where it talks about somebody getting possessed. But like I say, that ain't for me to break down. I mean, I can break it down, but I don't really too much. I just know of the story. I don't know the full breakdown of it. So that's probably something I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna do in the next class. So we're gonna talk about that possession in the Bible, and I'm gonna get understanding and clarity of what that scripture was talking about, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna teach it, and we're gonna talk about that. But as far as how Hollywood portrayed to be, it's not like that. It's you would never, if this was true, we all would have seen a family member, a friend climbing up a damn wall. We will all see doors closing on its own. We all would see things flying across the damn room. That's not real. This is stuff is made up. You understand? So I highly encourage y'all to watch this movie, because it's gonna make you sad more than it's going to scare you. And now that I sat there and I broke it down of how that demon possession went, I broke it down to what it really was. You understand? It wasn't that she was really physically possessed. It was the fact that she would. It was an analogy. It was her looking at herself in the mirror. That's what that demon symbolizes. It's her looking at herself in the mirror and looking at where she messed up in life, and she fixed it and she healed, so that demon fled. You understand? That's what all of that means. It does not mean she got possessed because the house was evil. It's her facing her demons. You understand? And that's exactly what you did. If you here in the ISUPK, you're facing your demons. You fighting your demons every day. You fought your demon by coming into the school. So you did exactly what she did. You just didn't see that demon face to face. You didn't like literally physically look at it. You looked that demon in the eye by pulling yourself by your bootstraps and doing something that you didn't want to do, or still doing something that you didn't feel like doing. And that's bring that, and that's coming to the class and actually submitting to yourself to the Lord and putting that head wrap over your head. And brother, you putting that all black on and putting that headpiece on, and you sitting in this class and learning about who you are according to the Bible. You understand? That's you fighting your demons. That's you battling your demons. You understand? But I'm gonna end the class out with that, man. You understand? It's the ISUPK start out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. Officer now, y'all. I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer Kai and Mark. Shalom. It's up under that paper. I mean, it's up on the
ISUPK security announcement. We the ISUPK started on West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come to the school, they off limits for 6 months. They hate to be secluded only. They hate to share themselves with the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months, and when the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3 and 8 to 10. It means 10th of the Hebrew Maisha. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you, good to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, the free will offer for a priest, not mandatory, whatever might you like. Upcoming holy convocation. You got the memorial blowing of the trumpets. It's going to be the first day of the 7th month. This is going to be on a Wednesday of the 2nd of October, 2024. You can read about it in Leviticus 23, 24 through 25. I remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, shalom.